Welcome to the Bravo Charlie Club podcast, making you 12 and a half minutes more awesome each week. He's Ben, I'm Richard, let's go. Ben, how you doing this week?
Fantastic, mate. How are you going?
Fantastic as well. Fantastic all round.
That's a good win for us. Good win for BCC listeners. Hey, new listener country call out is Iraq, which is, there you are. Thanks for the chime in there from your dog.
No.
That's marhaba is a welcome in Iraq. So thanks to our Iraqi listeners. He's still laughing at Dash.
I know, I'm still laughing at Dash. He's running around here like a crazy thing.
Hey, mate, in the Fully Awake project this week, we promised to talk about the secret life of checked bags. So when you go and check your luggage. Now, in 2007, 18.9 bags in every 1,000 went missing.
That is a crazy stat, isn't it?
I'm not sure who's checking 0.9 bags. But anyway, it fell by 2/3, so to 6.3, literally 2/3 last year. So 6.3 bags out of 1,000 went missing. Now, that's a worldwide stat. And the worst scores are still coming out of Europe. So you have to think that, if you're traveling to Europe, the numbers are obviously much higher than that, 6.3.
Yes.
Singapore is probably, they'd be embarrassed if they ever lost a bag. In fact, they've begun a trial where you can check your bag in at the hotel.
I love that idea. Yeah,
and that service actually already exists in Finland. So I'll put a link in to the article in the show notes. But it was interesting to me because the thing that I found the most fascinating was the early check-in locker, where basically, if you could imagine a locker like the old school lockers that you went to school, and a tray, every bag is put in a tray, so it's got a uniform size, and it's picked up, put in a locker, given assigned a location, and then when your flight is being packed, it goes and gets each bag from the lockers assigned to that flight and puts them on the travelator and takes them away. So, that early check-in locker system I found was absolutely fascinating. However, it still didn't encourage me to check my luggage.
It's still 6.3 bags per 1,000 customers, which I guess if you think of what on one of those big
it's less than
1%. Yeah. Well, that's number of bags, and so some people might take 2 bags, I guess.
Well, okay, so less than 1%, and you've got 2 bags. And what do you reckon? There's 300 people on an international flight.
So maybe more. Maybe
6 bags.
So 6 bags.
So 9 bags are going
2
missing.
Flights, you've got 8 bags per flight that don't make it there. So
I did all this research trying to bring a positive story to our listeners. We've already killed it. All right. Okay, you're not checking luggage. I get it. What's your reason?
Oh, I don't know. Well, it just sounds like a recipe for getting there without any change of clothes or something. I mean, sure, if you've got to take a bike or a surfboard or something, they don't like you carrying that onto the plane yourself. You have to deal with it. But I don't know.
They get a bit funny about taking your own bike on board, don't they?
They do. Yeah.
So, okay, and for me, it's the queue. It's the queue to check it in.
Oh, yeah.
So when we go on a family holiday, we check luggage, and that's fine. But like, you show up to that check-in place, and it's like, holy, who are all these people?
Well, you'd be there early too, so and that's when the queue's at its most worst.
Yeah.
So
that's right. And my wife loves to arrive at the airport early, and so I could watch a movie before our flight takes off. If I'm traveling with my family and we're checking luggage.
Like, are we talking Braveheart or The Irishman here? Are we talking like a 3-hour movie?
We're in that vicinity. We're in that space. Yeah,
right at the open time. Yeah.
But that's like for standard domestic travel for me, there's just no chance. Like I would just rather buy what I needed at the other end than stand in that queue. I don't know. I don't know if that makes me efficient or just lazy.
Kind of elements of both in either, isn't there? I like to think.
Hey, we're on a travel sort of run today because remember last week we were talking about long haul flying, and listener EX actually wrote in and asked, do you take your shoes off when you fly long haul?
Yes. Hard yes. Shoes always
Hard
off.
yes.
Hard yes.
Explain that.
Always.
Is that before you've even the seatbelt lights gone off? Or you like just kicking them
Yeah.
off? Like some people
Yeah,
are
I'm kicking
that
them off. I
confident.
wear socks, because I don't like it. Because who likes cold feet? Nobody. So yeah, socks.
Interesting.
But the shoes come off pretty much
What
straight away.
about when you go to the toilet?
Oh yeah, you definitely want to flip the shoes back on for that. That's a bit.
Yeah. I made that mistake once, and yeah, it was.
You've got to take socks though, otherwise, if I find my feet get cold. So.
Yeah, no, I wore socks into the toilet, and I was standing there going, "This is disgusting."
Yes.
I've never made that mistake again. Now, for me, because I only travel with one pair of shoes, and they're always lace-up shoes, it's a little bit of a pain to put your shoes on to go to the bathroom on a plane. But it's just one thing that I just do. I've only made that mistake once, and I'm never making it again.
I go socks with sandals, Ben. Socks with sandals,
right?
Full European style.
Yeah, you're cool enough to pull that off, though. I probably haven't got the chutzpah to run with that.
You just need a lack of social conventions and grace and dress sense, Ben. You don't need
that. Okay, and there's something in that, because the next listener feedback that we got, listener WhaleCube, call out to #WhaleCube. He wrote in on our YouTube channel, and he said, "You guys are going to be something huge one day. I feel 12 minutes awesomer already." And I reckon that's a shout out to you, because I think awesomer is a word that you would use.
It is. Thanks, WhaleCube. You're a legend.
I thought that was a lot of fun. All right, mate. We're motoring through this, but this is a big one, and I want to work through the conundrum of the week for you. There's a saying, I'd die for that. That is something that I would die for. So the question I have for you, if you would like to share, what would you die for? And then, does that also really mean that that's something that you would live for?
Yes. It's the juxtaposition of those two statements kind of leaves you in, like, I don't know, what would you call that valley? The valley of uncertainty or something? Yeah. I don't know.
Like the whole, because the obvious answer is your family, right? Like,
well, that's I think that's probably my go-to there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'd die for my family, but I'm like, oh no, hell, I want to live for my family.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I don't know. I think yeah. I think you're right. I think there's I don't know, no resolving that one, is there?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, yeah.
I do like that. What hill would you die on, though? Like,
yeah, okay.
In terms of the thing that you would never bend or concede ground on. You would just take it to the mat. Like, I don't know.
I'm sure
formatting documents with the wrong font or something like that. Like,
stop
using Times New Roman.
Oh, I didn't realize we were going to get so deep.
Sort of a slightly different flavor there, I guess.
That's an interesting one for me, because I'm sure I've got hills that I would die on and things that I would die for, but they also, in my mind, become things that I absolutely would live for. And I'm pretty sure many of our listeners are thinking the same thing. They're thinking, get to the point. But that's the whole point, right? It's a conundrum. Like,
it is a conundrum. I think it's family. I think it's family for me, really.
Family's the right answer.
Everything
in my
else
circumstance.
Yeah,
and probably in your circumstance. Yeah, it's an interesting one, because I think we say a lot of things. I'd die for that. And it, or he's a champion of the sport, or he's a superhero. Like, we use these throwaway comments, but for me, I'd like to actually see some meat in the sandwich on that one. I don't know. I'd love to, if a listener has a real, example of something that they could share or willing to share, because it's probably a pretty private thing as well. I'd be interested to hear, because that one is, I've been thinking about that this week. And every time I thought about something that I would die for, it turned out to be something that I would live for.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love
so there you
I
go.
love your expression you slipped in there too. The meat in the sandwich.
Yeah,
Nice. Very. Is it Australian? Seems like it could be.
possibly,
Very Australian.
possibly. We like carnivore. Apologies to the vegans and vegetarians listening.
The tofu in the sandwich doesn't cut it.
It doesn't quite run. You quite run it to its full extent. There you go. Hey, that's it, Richard. Listeners have been BCC'd on our week. To our listeners, thanks for joining. We would love to hear from you, and you can get in touch with us through the show notes that are showing the links, as they always do. In the Inner Sanctum this week, we're going to be putting up a poll. And then what we're asking this week is, does a bacon double cheeseburger have 2 slices of cheese, 2 rashers of bacon, or 2 patties? And you can vote in the Inner Sanctum. There's a free BCC mug on offer to anyone who votes. You don't have to be right.
Whoa.
We don't care. Yeah,
Merch.
we don't care. We're doing our first merch giveaway. I thought it was about time. So there you go. See you next week. Bravo Charlie Club out.
And that's the pod.